What's up, guys? Thanks for choosing to watch this video today. Farmers market season for my little town is about to be in full swing, and we've got a lot of work to do to get prepared for it. This is what this time of year is all about though, right? It's the season of high energy and drive. And the energy I have is a buzz. Every variety of flower, tree, or grass has bloomed or is in bloom for us right now. And I am feeling the earth's magic. And with all that being said, let's take this inspiration to the kitchen and get going. I have a lot of recycled containers from last year that need to be sterilized, and plant medicine that needs to be strained off to use in my recipes. I've ordered some new packaging and containers, and I am really excited to use them this year. Everything is just so pretty! And if you've been watching my channel from the start, you'll know that I'm a lover of all things beautiful. This is a concoction of calendula oil and melted down beeswax and shea butter for calendula salve. While we let this cool down, we'll get to packaging up some lavender sugar scrub that I made a couple of days ago. And yes, it smells as lovely as it sounds. The jig is up with these corporate body care companies. It's no secret anymore that the generic lotions and potions that we use for self-care are laden with toxic junk that is killing us insidiously. The truth of the matter is that what we use on our skin and hair matters equally as much as what we choose to eat. And I have found that the lesser the ingredient list is for my body care products and diet reduces a great deal of stress on my body. This is our rose sugar scrub that I'm putting together. Even though I love everything that has come out of Honeybee Hollow staples, this is my favorite of all the potions. Sugar is known to help draw moisture from the deeper layers of skin towards the outer layers. And the rose essential oil that we pair with the scrub makes your skin radiant and dewy. Sugar scrubs are super simple to make, and your skin and reflection will thank you for it. And aren't these calendula lotion bars just the most darling thing you've ever seen? I am beyond pleased with how these turned out, and I love their consistency of how they melt with your warmth. This one in the box will be used for display, and a few will have to be composted. Sometimes when trying new recipes, things don't turn out quite right. But I'll just make more, and I'll know better for next time. These silicone molds are what I used, and they worked fantastically, allowing the lotion bar to pop out easily once they had cooled and hardened. I have skin that can be very temperamental when I give it what it doesn't want. It's been a blessing and a curse, but the blessing is that I have a physiology that knows what it wants, and it will voice itself when displeased. The path to listening and understanding my body's physiology started here, and has moved forward to mind what I eat, and to also have an awareness of the products that I clean my home with. These are two very basic vinegar-based cleaners that I make, and I clean my entire house with them. Steeping herbs and citrus together in vinegar creates a beautiful aroma, but this also infuses the vinegar with natural disinfecting properties. These cleaners keep the surfaces in my home clean, but doesn't make them sterile. I made this switch to gentler homemade cleaning products a few years ago. Now, the smell of harsher store-bought cleaning products choke me, and anything with synthetic fragrances, honestly. I'll steep these for about 4 to 6 weeks. Once I like the potency of the fragrance, I'll strain them off and combine the vinegar with distilled water into glass spray bottles, using a 1-to-1 ratio. Since I almost used up all of my calendula oil, I need to go ahead and get another jar going. This is also a time-sensitive ingredient that I have to plan ahead for. The dried calendula soaks up so much of the infusing oil, so with this half-gallon jar, I make sure that I have at least a gallon of oil before I start my infusion. We'll place her in a well-lit place and leave her to do her magic. Farmer's Market Prep, day number 2. I make and sell my delicious chocolate chunk cookies made with einkorn wheat flour for the farmer's market. The task of baking and packaging all of these cookies will take me a good half of the day to accomplish, so I try to get started as early as I can. I do already have a video on the channel for the recipe of how to make these cookies, which is linked down below for anyone who's interested. There's a lot of work that goes into all of what I do for the farmer's market, but none of it feels daunting. I take my time and I disperse the work over a 3 to 4 day period, which becomes much more manageable. I've baked with this recipe for a few years now, and it's a task that my mind can be on autopilot for. I can put on some soft music and be at peace in my home while I work. You ever watch someone doing something they love and it seems so effortless? That's how I feel when I watch Will in the garden, and I am inspired to slow down when I am working and notice, do I love the work that I'm doing, or am I just going through the motions of it? I genuinely love feeding people, and I cook with my soul. I believe that every cook and chef creates signature flavors, and when I share my food with others, I want them to remember that flavor, and to think of me whenever they taste something like it that wasn't made from my hands. I know that chocolate chip cookies are pretty basic and easy to make, but I am damn proud of these cookies, because what you don't see here is the hundreds of cookies I've made that turned out terribly. As I've grown as a baker and a cook, I've learned to trust the process. I've learned that no matter the task, the devil in the details isn't something to fear, but rather something to embrace, because mastering nuances hones your skills, and that's what makes your trade worth sharing. So yeah, these aren't just the best cookies I've ever eaten, but they have my signature all over them, and the love I baked into them has a flavor all of its own. Farmer's Market Prep, day number 3. We've got a few things going on in the kitchen this morning. One of the last things for the farmer's market that I need to prepare is an all-natural bug spray. But Will is here with me packaging up the sauerkraut from the crock that he made. Like how I've been making these cookies for a few years, Will has been at it perfecting the sauerkraut at the same time. The crock made 10 liters of kraut, and he is also getting another batch in the crock started, since we have so much cabbage from the gardens. So we'll be munching on sauerkraut with every dinner for many months. That is so good.
Really good.
Will does an awesome job with sauerkraut. I never make the sauerkraut in this house.
Or broth, usually.
That's not true.
Well, it used to be.
I'm gonna say.
I used to make the broth.
You did, but now I make them better. So.
It's true.
You can combine a lot of different essential oils for a bug spray. We've used lemon, lavender, and lemongrass oils in the past, but I was out of lemongrass, so I subbed in eucalyptus instead, and it turned out nicely. Something I've learned about these natural bug sprays is that they work for some people and not for others. I've had so many people tell me how well it worked for them or for their children. I get bitten by mosquitoes even if I have bug spray on of any kind, so my opinion on the bug spray is mute. I am glad, however, to provide an alternative product that could work for others though, and at the very least, possibly inspire them to make a gradual change towards gentler topical solutions. My favorite part about making these products is not actually making them, but I love packaging them. Printing labels out would take away a lot of work for me, but I like writing out each label. I like tying the bows, and I like that each label contains gratitude written in my hand. It almost feels like I'm not selling these products at all, but instead they're gifted from me. Half of the beauty of purchasing from a small business is knowing the hands of the creator that you are supporting. The connection between earth and matter and money was made by that artist's hands. And ultimately, you're honoring that person on a far deeper level than you possibly realized in that moment. So I will keep writing my labels until I can't anymore. And then I'll just find different ways for my soul to be felt through my work. There were storms predicted to roll through later that evening, so Will and I got outside while we could. I have one more thing to do for the farmer's market, and that's cut flowers for my booth. They sell pretty quickly. If I'm being honest though, I would want flowers on my stand, even if they offered nothing but their beauty. My whole stand is beautiful with everything else going on, but the flowers make my booth stand out above the rest. They are radiant, and their charm piques people's curiosity. Will recreated Wonderland out of the forest garden, so I guess you could call me Alice. His ability to incorporate the wild native land amongst flowers like lavender and roses will forever lure me down here. I can hear the mother's heartbeat in the forest garden, and it is steady and true. She may not always be young and fresh as she is in the spring, but she is always there. The simplicity of cutting flowers floods my mind and uncomplicates plaguing thoughts. I can truly see and be in this moment. I am completely unbothered. The combinations of flowers with grasses and other plant matter is endless. Anything goes. What matters most is what you think is beautiful and what you would like to see. Like I think the reflectivity of these leaves would look beautiful in an arrangement. The mood shifted with this approaching darkness. As the storm neared, the mother's extremities began to dance with the wind, while her core stood resolute. For her spring and summer storms serve as the reminder that although she is beautiful, she is mighty. Like me, I hope that y'all can't get enough of this little haven we've created. I finally have an Instagram where you can follow up for updates on new videos and also other things happening around here. And if you like any of the products that I talked about earlier in this video, mention them down below in the comments, and I may do videos of the detailed recipes later on. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to check out more of what we've got going on here in Honeybee Hollow.